Hi friends, this is Dharmil from
Okay.
Adda, powered by 24point7 Sports. Today we have Saloni with us. Saloni has got famous recently as someone from the chemical engineering background and opting out for cricket and fighting with a thief. Recently, her article was on the front page of Times of India, and she was also interviewed by many journalists. So, yeah, welcome, Saloni. Thank you so much for joining us, and it's a pleasure to invite you.
Hi, Dharmil. Yeah, the pleasure's all mine.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you so much. Right. So, how has this lockdown gone till now? I mean, how has it been for you?
So when the lockdown started, I think the first 2 weeks were pretty chilled out for me. And like I
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed staying at home because as a cricketer, I don't get that much time, to spend with my family. My maximum days goes in touring and everything, and the whole of the day apparently goes for practice, gym. So that time to stay home and bond with the family was great. The first two
Mm-hmm.
weeks it was pretty chilled out, and then
Mm-hmm.
eventually VCA took to that initiative, and VCA started with Zoom training and all. So we started with our training sessions in the morning, and in the evening I used to do my own personal training. So that's how the days went by in lockdown. Other than that, I also indulged myself in music and dancing. I play guitar, and I've also done a few online courses, free courses. So that's how the lockdown has been so far.
Right. Great. So there has been a lot of talks around that we have heard that you being an engineer, then going for cricket, and so people know you as a engineer. But yeah, like, were you interested in engineering, or it was just kind of सब जा रहे तो मैं भी करूँगी and peer pressure kind of stuff, or parents asked you to go for engineering?
No. There was no peer pressure, and there was nothing like go with the flow or thing. My only criteria for my mother was I want to play cricket. So that's what I told her. Irrespective of whatever degree I pursue, I wanted to play cricket. So unless and until I'm getting to play that, I had no issue doing engineering. And luckily, I scored well in SSSS, so I got a great college, in fact. So it was a government college, and chemical being the core engineering field, so I couldn't say no to it. So I took it as a challenge, and I took engineering just because of the fact that I was getting all support from my family that okay, you can play cricket and also study. So unless and until that was fulfilled, I was very happy.
Right, great. So as you said that chemical engineering is a core branch. So did you like those experiments like chemical reactions and those uh, practical laboratories that were to be done during your course, and at the same time, like writing those significant chemical reactions, since even I come from the same background, I know that what kind of um, knowledge you need or what kind of enthusiasm you need for those chemical reactions. So were you like interested in doing such stuff?
To be frank, I was not really interested in chemistry in 12th. But then, like I said, I took it as a challenge. I can definitely say that experiments were really fascinating for me, especially during the second year when the actual experiments started. Organic chemistry practicals used to be really entertaining and fascinating for me because the
Mm.
entire huge factory experiments used to get compressed into a laboratory, and having those different colors and different sometimes smoke used to arrive, and sometimes liquid used to turn into powder suddenly. That used to be like magic only for me. So experiments and practicals used to be really, I can say they were very fascinating. But
Right. So in one of your interviews, you said that you were a naughty kid in your childhood. Like, I would say that just one incident you need to mention that
I
make help us understand that
okay.
yeah, you are quite naughty.
No, by naughty, I didn't actually actually mean how boys are, in school. I was in a girls' school, not a coed school. So, by naughty, I meant I used to never be in one place. I used to just roam around the class and talk to all of my classmates, and whenever somebody had used to have tiffin box, I used to just grab her tiffin and just start eating in the class only. That used to be the naughty stuff. And in a girls' school, you must know that there are some kind of girls who are just even in the free time they are into their books and completing notes. And my notes used to be completed by somebody else during that time, and I used to just
Yeah.
roam in the class. So
So being a school kid, were you a last bencher or back bencher, or you were at the, I mean, studios also and sitting at the front?
always I was on the last. No, the last two rows reserved for me and my friends. So हम लोग का पूरा gang पीछे के last two rows में our entire gang used to sit.
Okay, so that is the reason why you can open your lunchbox during the classes. चालू classes में lunchbox
Yeah,
खोल.
yeah, definitely. Why?
So, as you move from being a childhood to become an adult, you start becoming a little serious about your life, about your future. So, what was that age when you started realizing that the there should be something in which you should be serious about, like you started with the cricket. So, what was your age
Hmm.
when you started playing cricket and the seriousness about the career started?
So I started playing cricket when I was 11 years. Yes, I was in fifth standard. I was 11, fifth or sixth standard. And then first 2 years, 2, 3 years were pretty okay. Like I explore myself. I just loved playing cricket. So I did that. And then later on, when I started attending camps, year by year, I realized can be converted into a professional career. So in my 10th standard, I remember when I was approaching junior college. That was the time when I started thinking that no, I have to do both. I have to play and I have to study. So that's how I'm going to go about my life. So you can say when I was 15 or 16-year-old, I think I started those lines that I have to manage the game and manage the studies as well. Of course, without compromising in both the fields. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, also going back to one of your interviews, you said that a person should get a drop down, or say, a person should get a blow to understand the importance of life. So, have you met with any such worst phase of your life when you started, like the condition that you were mentioning in that interview? Have you passed through any such phase in your life?
Yeah, I can mention two instances where this happened with me. Once was when I took up engineering and I was not able to between playing and so the first 2 years of engineering I couldn't play professional cricket. So that was the time I never really went to college and studying and not playing. So that was the time when I was not satisfied with what I was doing. And then when I made up my mind in the third year that no, I have to play, I have to play, and I should play. And then fortunately I got this opportunity and they gave me a break and they took me in the squad. And they not only just took me in the squad, they took me. So that was the time when I realized ki sometimes you have to go to your lows to get into your highs. Again, then after making my comeback in 2017, in the season 2019, I was not given a single senior tournament match in that
Mm.
entire season.
Mm.
And that was when I indulged myself in self-introspection a lot, wherein I realized where my weaknesses are and what I need to improve. And next year I came stronger. And gaining that trust from your coach, really it builds your confidence up to a very high level where you are hungry to prove yourself. So there was that season, that turning point for me, wherein I came up with this feat of highest dismissals as a female wicket keeper. So I have 37 dismissals in 26 games in that season. So all the games, and I performed well as well. So again,
Mhm.
you have to go to lows to get your highs.
Right. Every one of us know that the incident of that thief coming at your place, and you defended him. So, but the message that we get from the event is that you must never give up. We must always protect ourselves in whichever situation we are in. So, do you agree to that? The kind of awareness that you were trying to spread during that phase was this the message that you were trying to put forward in front of people, or was there any other message?
I do agree with this thing that you should never give up and you should never back down. But I think moreover than that, I think after that incident happened, I realized that we should never be this mentality that nothing would happen to us, especially girls during this era in
Mm,
which anything can happen with you. So you shouldn't be in this approach that somebody's going to come and help you, your brother or your father is going to come. You have to help yourself, and for that you need to be ready. So I think the biggest lesson which I learned from that incident was to be ready for any kind of situation, and with whatever resources you have, deal with it, and you have to come out victorious after that situation. So that is what I learned from that, and that is what to be ready for any kind of situation in life, anything can happen to you, and you should be ready to embrace it, fight against it, and win, I feel.
right. So now let us turn our focus a bit on cricket before we start a small game that we have planned for you. We saw in one of your videos behind the stumps, your reflex action is superb. I can say that the reflex action, the kind of speed currently in men's cricket, I would say Mahi Paji has the same. I would say I have never seen that kind of fast reflex action in any of the women's cricketers, and I saw it in those videos of yours. You have that fast reflexes. So what makes you fast and sharp behind the stumps? Like, what do you kind of follow any routine, kind of do any such practice during your sessions that keeps you that fast and sharp?
There has been a drastic change the way the sports has progressed and the way the training has progressed along the years. So earlier on, there used to never be a separate wicket keeping drill. Batsmen used to do part-time keeping and they used to just be the keeper. Wicket keeping has evolved over the years, as you can say, and there are specific keeping drills which a keeper must. And in my case, I try to involve those drills in every session, especially every fielding session. I'm tired after a fielding session, I make it a point that I have those drills and I do those drills after the fielding session, especially when the body is under fatigue. And having a keeper helped me a lot to develop those skills. So when Anju Jain took over, she used to make sure that keepers are importance, which actually they are, but mostly not given that much importance in team. So yeah, so I would say that training about keeping especially has helped me evolve as a keeper. And I would say ki I enjoy keeping a lot, and I need not much of a thinking and complications, just the reflexes and reactions which you develop as you playing, the 360-degree awareness which you develop as you keep on playing. So it's not sudden, it's a part of you, it grows with you, and it cultivates in you over the years. So I would say that constant practice and training and fitness, of course.
As you said that there was an era when wicket keepers were not like they was a secondary. So usually the primary batsman can become a secondary cricketer, secondary wicket keeper. As you said, like the best example is Rahul Dravid, who started as a batsman and then opted out for even wicket keeping. Then similar case was with Dinesh Karthik. Dinesh Karthik was everywhere. Like he used to field, he used to bat, he used to do wicket keeping. But Mahibai is the first
Right,
person.
right.
I mean, after he came in, the things turned out like
Mm-hmm.
the wicket keeper is also similar. He or she also has the same importance as the others in the sport. So yeah, rightly said that the things have changed, things have turned around, and now there are separate drills for wicket keepers. And I hope the same thing continues and see a lot of your fast reflexes that you have shown till now.
Definitely, definitely, absolutely.
Right. So often a player behind the stumps is kind of ruling the whole match. A person knows what is happening. He or she knows how the batsman is trying to face, defend, attack, all those things. That sixth sense is always there with the wicket keepers, and accordingly, like he or she understand. Like I said, that he or she understand the ball movement, the movement of the batsman's mindset, and overall proceedings of the game. In which of the skills you think that you are master at, and which skill do you still think that it's time for you to learn and get those skills in for your wicket keeping?
Yeah, so I would say that my 360 degrees, like you said, the sixth sense. Yeah, it is apparently ticking, you can say. Suggesting something to the bowler or placements, and yeah, you can say up to a certain limit how the batsman is of the ball and how he or she is playing. That I am still, suggesting my team. But yes, there is a lot of scope to in reading the mindset of the batter, how she is playing, and what all are her strengths and what all are her weaknesses. I still need to improve on that part as a keeper. Other than that, yeah, I suggest a lot to the bowlers. I talk to the captain. They discuss strategies there on the field. So yeah, that. But yes, I need to still improve on reading the batter. You can say, yeah.
Mhm. Right. Wicket keeper, slip position, uh, short leg, and silly point. All those players. I mean the fielding positions. These players are always talking during the in between the overs or
Yeah,
during the overs, and the kind of thing that we say, it's
right.
they get involved in sledging. Okay, just to uh,
Yeah,
uh, change the mindset of the
distract the
batsman,
batter.
distract the batsman. So have you ever been involved
Yeah,
in any such kind of situation, being a wicket? And always a wicket keeper, I see
yeah.
that they
Yeah,
talk, they talk.
I would say that in women's cricket there is not that much of a sledging scenario like it is in men's cricket. But yeah, sometimes we also do indulge into sledging when things are just over. Other than that, I think as far as I'm concerned and my comrades are concerned, we all mostly just keep talking like any topic, and we are just talking loudly so that the batsman hears us and just gets distracted. So once I remember, I'll share this incident with you. I was keeping, and at the slips there was Mona Mishra, and Komal Zanzar was bowling, and she was a run-up. She was about to just come to the loading point, and Monadi was singing a song, and which I heard, and I was like, oh my god, Monadi, what's happening? Because that happened to me also. And then Mona Di was like, "Arey, arey, tu dhyan de bas." And then she was singing, and then she stopped. As soon as the bowler came in position, she stopped. So all these things, these are actually cherished memories. Now when I think about it, I really laugh it out with Mona Di. What all things have we done, yeah, to get that one wicket. Also, if you talk to any Vidarbha cricketer, no, they will tell you about these things, that I am a kind of keeps on chattering behind the stumps. My voice, I am the loudest on the field. So my voice is continuously in the entire stadium. Every ball, every second ball, I am shouting. So keeper should be like that. I remember once we had a game against Mumbai with Vidarbha in Nagpur,
Mhm.
and Jemima Rodriguez, and I was keeping, and that was the first inning. So then during the lunch, I was having my lunch, and she came and sat on the table only. And then she said, "You are the keeper, right?" So I said, "Yeah, I am." So she said, "You are continuously shouting behind from." So I said, some or the other way you have to get into the batter's head. So these are the ways keeper gets into his head. So you have to do that. I'm sorry for that. She said, you were great. That's what she said.
Mhm.
So, you have to make a mark like that. The keepers do make a mark like that.
Right. Yeah, I have seen a lot of previous years videos, not only Indian cricket, but and especially if you really want to understand what sledging is, then you should watch Australian players. And at batting position it's Pakistan, and fielding position it's Australia. So when there is a match of Australia versus
Yeah,
Pakistan, umpires are in a position कि हाँ यहाँ पे कुछ ना कुछ तो होने वाला है. I mean they are at the position where कि हाँ इस मैच में
right,
झगड़ा होगा ही होगा. Or if you are seeing matches between Australia and West Indies, there is conflicts. Definitely there is
hmm,
conflicts, and the
right,
kind
right,
of
right, right,
sledging you see from players like Hayden, Gilchrist, Simons. I
right,
mean, they
right,
get involved in horrifying
right,
stuff. Like I said that about
right, right.
one of the incidents of Monkey Gate. The thing happened between Harbhajan Singh and Simon during that tour, if I'm not
Right, right.
mistaken. So
And also videos which went viral recently of Australia and England, where Mitchell Johnson Jimmy Anderson, and he said he wiped
yeah,
any
yeah.
wickets or anything, and the very next ball he
Next
took a
ball,
bolt.
he
So
took
yeah,
a ball. Right. So yeah, this matches Ashes especially Ashes. If you see, then there is a great. You will have a great time watching Ashes because so much pressure.
right,
Um, you see
right, right,
that
right.
often this is not possible. I mean, if you in any other matches, the kind of pressure we see during Ashes, you don't see anywhere else. I mean, any other match. If there is a time when there is someone in the opposition who is sledging you when you are batting, what kind of mood you will be in,
Hmm.
and what would be your reaction to such situation?
No, I don't really pay attention. I just completely ignore it as far as I can ignore it, unless and until it goes wrong. Then then it becomes personal. Then it becomes personal. So, but that level is quite high. So I mostly cool it down in the lower level only. Fine, just do your business. I'm here to do my business. Yeah, just
Right,
keeping it cool. Nothing else.
right. So either like you are properly following Mahi Bhai. Like in one of your interviews, you said that you are a fan of Mahendra Singh Dhoni, and as well as you are a fan of Gilchrist. So
Mm.
those two people you
Yes,
are
yes,
kept as
absolutely.
your role model. So for Gilchrist, I have always seen that if he's out, he feel that he's out, he just walk out. He won't wait for the umpire to give that signal
Hmm.
that it's out. So have you been in any such situation
Yeah.
where umpire wasn't confident enough that yeah it's out and you just walked off?
So I have one incident to share with you. This happened with me just once.
Hmm.
So I made a comeback in 2007 to play under 23. So there was a match between versus MP. So Nusrat Parveen that time she was keeping for MP in
Mm-hmm.
20, and I went for batting. And right arm spinner, yeah, she bowled, and I tried to attempt the square cut, and there was and she caught that. I appealed for it, and before umpire even could raise his finger, I turned back and just started walking. Then, since I knew the umpire, because generally just know the umpires, because umpires also knows keeper.
Mm-hmm.
So that bonding also creates on between the keeper and the umpire.
Mm-hmm.
So he came up to me in the match and he said, "अरे मेरे उंगली उठाने के पहले ही तुम पलट गए, इतना कॉन्फिडेंस था आउट तो." आई सेड कोई शक ही नहीं था सर, उसको था इतने जोर का निक आया उसमें, वो आउट था, मैं आपका वेट नहीं किया, मैंने खुद ही चली गई.
A few positives and few negatives of the game. So, what kind of positives have you come across after playing this game for so far? I mean, so long.
Yeah, so I think cricket has taught a lot of life lessons, which no book has. Like yet, and which we are not taught in school actually. So, being associated with a game has so many advantages, and this is one of them. Like so many life lessons. I think, and wicket keeping has been drastically the turning point in my life, because that still has, taught me so much. And, playing cricket has made me the person I am. So I feel the positives out of my career as a cricketer is definitely gaining this knowledge of work ethics and positive attitude, you can say, and never give up. It is easier said than actually. People just say that you should never give up, but then they know how difficult it is. So you
Mhm.
basically learn things when you go through those situations. And I would say the negatives would be, I still need to be more matured in terms of my game and in the way I react to situations. So, as you say, Mahendra Singh Dhoni is an epic example for that. How calm he is and how composed he is. It's over the years he's developed that kind of approach towards the game and also towards life. So, definitely. I mean, it's how much you grasp from a particular game determines, your credit for the game, I feel.
Mm.
So yeah, I definitely need to get more matured in terms of the way I react to situations. But yes, I would definitely say that it has helped me to grab my pieces and just keep things together and move ahead. Whatever your weaknesses are and whatever your strengths are, you're just all together and moving ahead. So yeah.
Right. Uh, so let's play a small game. So to test your brilliance, mental strength, and speed. These three things are always essential for a wicketkeeper. Whether or not you have to
Yeah, yeah,
agree that these
absolutely.
three things are always important for a wicketkeeper batsman. Okay, so let us start first with the rapid fire round.
Mhm.
You can be witty,
Okay.
can be fast, a little bit of crazy. If I ask you to marry someone of your liking tomorrow, who would that be?
Uh, Steve Smith.
Oh, lefty batsman, South African captain.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. I said Steve Smith.
Oh, I heard Graham Smith. Sorry. So it's ulta. I mean, righty batsman,
Yeah,
righty
yeah.
batsman, and Australian uh,
Yeah, absolutely.
cap.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, okay. And if you get a power of God tomorrow, what all things you will like to change in the present world?
In the present world, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I would definitely try to change the map of China somewhere else in the world. And I would definitely change Donald Trump. Definitely.
What you will do with Donald Trump?
So these are the two.
What would you
I'll
do with Donald
probably
Trump?
I'll just vanish him. So I
Okay.
have a superpower, I can do
Okay.
anything.
So if you become a captain of Vidarbha team, the first thing you will change in the team.
Okay, so I think my team is pretty good. I mean, we have all kinds of talent, skill, and we have loads of variations which I think no team has. You ask of anything, you'll get that. Uh, but I feel that we are 80% kind and considerate kind of players, and 20% we are ruthless. So I would change that. I would make it 50-50. 50% considerate and 50% absolutely ruthless. Go for the
हम्म,
kill and kill it. Yeah.
कौन कैप्टन बनाएगा आपको? नहीं नहीं कोई नहीं बनाएगा आपको कैप्टन. 50% ruthless. Okay. We heard that you were a medium pacer bowler at the start before you opted out for wicket keeping. So still now, if someone asks you that okay, remove your gloves and start bowling again, will you be interested in doing that?
No, absolutely. I am. absolutely in love with wicket keeping. I would never not leave keeping for a billion trillion nothing.
So if you had a chance to do two things in your life, what would that be? And
Chance to do two things in life.
yeah, currently, like you are already a cricketer,
Uh,
two things you leave aside cricket, other two things that if you want to do, then what would it be?
I would really want to travel the world on my bike. I really want to do that. It's been my dream, and it will take a lot of time, but I want to do that. I want to travel the world on my bike. And secondly, yeah, I would like to own all kinds of Harley. I love cruisers, so I would like to own every edition of Harley Davidson, have in my garage, and use them as per my will.
Right. So I heard this comedy session a day before yesterday, and there was this Punjabi guy, turban guy, who was a stand-up comedian, and he said that after the age of 24, a Punjabi guy comes to his dad and he says him that, भाई पापा अब ये टाइम आ गया है कि मैं आपसे ये बात कह दूँ एंड हिज फादर वाज लाइक शॉक्ड कौन सी बात कहना चाहते हो पापा अब मुझे बुलेट चाहिए सो इज दिस काइंड ऑफ थिंग दैट यू हैव दैट या
Say,
आफ्टर
yeah.
आपको भी चाहिए बुलेट चाहिए
No, I do own a bike. I own an Avenger. So I'm just hoping that I would be able to upgrade the version now. Not just the version, but also the name of the bike. So I dream of buying a Harley with my first salary. But let's see how it goes.
right okay uh, so if you had to choose between cricket with advertisements you are getting proper advertisements with
Mhm.
cricket and a situation where you are
Mm.
playing cricket and no advertisements, what situation you would prefer? Which situation you would prefer?
I think advertisements are very much needed in a particular sport. So I
Hmm.
would choose cricket with advertising because it's not just a game. There are other aspects and parameters also involved with the game, and if people are not watching you are, then it doesn't make sense. So earlier on, it used to happen that there used to be matches and there used to be no audience. Like as now during the COVID-19 situation, now the matches are going to happen and there's going to be no audience. So I think advertisements not only just put in their brand, it's not just putting brand on your jersey. It also there's a lot of money involved, what the players earn, what the association earn, and there are so many millions of people whose jobs are included into the broadcasting and everything involved with the game. It's not just the game; it also involves the lives and the livelihood of people. So I
Hmm.
think cricket with advertisement for sure.
Right. Great. Uh, so you have been associated with dancing since your childhood, and you have been doing great dance. I've seen
Mhm.
one of your videos. So, any of your favorite dancers?
My favorite dancer would be Hrithik Roshan. I really admire him, and of course Michael Jackson because in 2009 we in my school we had a small tribute for Michael Jackson. I was the lead dancer in the
Oh,
show.
so you know
So
moonwalk?
from then, no, I don't know moonwalk, but we danced on his songs and some of the steps we copied. Of course, it was choreographed and moonwalk and all. I cannot do that in that professional way, but a bit of it I can do. But yeah, Michael Jackson, Hrithik Roshan, anytime, any day.
Just this question, this answer just reminded me of one of the PJs. So, what is the common thing between Michael Jackson and Shakti Kapoor?
Shakti.
Yeah,
I don't know. I cannot get any answer in any lay language.
It's a funny one. Both the people have this common thing. Ow. They do ow.
Lame. That was the lamest I've ever heard.
I just got this thing because I usually watch this comedy shows and all those things, and I just remembered this joke because you came up with this answer of Michael Jackson. Okay. So your favorite cricketer other than Dhoni and Gilchrist?
Dhoni and Steve Smith, definitely, by all means.
Kohli and Steve Smith.
No, I said just Smith. Only Steve Smith.
Okay.
Yeah, then Virat Kohli can count. Yeah, but first, yeah.
So you like his techniques, like the kind of foot movement he has, quick foot movement, and एकदम
Yeah,
लास्ट में
you
शॉट
can
लास्ट में
say
शॉट मारता है, एकदम लास्ट में शॉट मारता है.
ah, right. In common between MS and Steve. You know. They both these players have broken the patriarchy of a particular skill. You know, Steve Smith को कोई भी देखो, anybody would watch him, the backlift यहाँ से आ रहा है, continuously shaking. There's everything is blur, and then he comes out like bang to the ball. Same with Dhoni in his keeping. People tell just hands should be ready to receive the ball, and he should receive the ball. But a classy keeper. Dhoni is like just catch the ball and just do your stuff and just move on. Same with Steve Smith. Uska cover drive kabhi utna, there's no class, nothing, but still he has given results. Same with MS. So these are the qualities that I admire in both of them. It's nobody's perfect, and you can still find where you are. So they are such kind of players who didn't try to imitate anyone. They build their own style and they build their own legacy. So hats off, both of them.
So you have adopted one thing from both of them. Like Steve Smith was started as a bowler, and he undoubtedly went on to become a batsman. And Dhoni started with
Yeah.
wicket keeping. So you have taken wicket keeping thing from Dhoni and that bowling to batsman from Steve Smith.
Yeah, you can say that. But yeah, they both are amazing players. Amazing players.
If I'm not wrong, Steve Smith at the start of his career he used to come at 10th position or 9th position for the batting. Eighth position. If I'm
Eighth, yes. Yeah.
eighth or
He
ninth.
was a bowler that time. He was a leggy.
Yeah, he was a leggy.
And now he's a number one test batsman, apparently.
Yeah.
One of the best batters in the world.
Yeah, I mean, even after those situations, whatever had happened with him, he has recovered those things and he has come back and he's playing well, I would say.
That's much character from him. Character from him. When he came back, people were booing him. The entire stadium was booing him. And then in that, he scored back-to-back centuries, and by the end of the tournament, they were giving him a standing ovation. That's how table turns, and that is how you take criticism, get strong, and give it down back to them, in a stronger way.
Yeah, same thing happened with David Warner as
Commendable,
well.
absolutely.
David Warner also.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of that situation, very bravely, and yeah, I mean he has played a great tournaments after his comeback. Your favorite cricketing shot?
Square cut.
Square cut.
Is my favorite. Has been my favorite.
Right. You kind of nature you have been a tomboy kind of personality you have. So you like this personality or not? And if not, then why?
It's not a king. I feel project myself as somebody who's delicate or soft. I want to project myself that I'm a strong lady, and if being tomboy projects me like that, I don't mind doing that. But the ultimate, you shouldn't take me lightly.
Yeah,
I don't in that race of
you are
girls
tough.
being girls.
You're tough.
Yeah, I just want to tell the world that I'm tough.
Yeah, don't decode.
Yeah.
Don't try to decode her.
Yeah.
And of course, she is
Right.
chemical engineer. She can throw anything on you. She can have any acid at her place. She can just throw anything.
Oh my god, that's a sheer dhamki. Bapre. No, I won't do that.
No, she won't do that. She won't throw acid. She would just dilute it a bit, and she would throw it definitely. कोई चोर नहीं आएगा. अब कोई
Okay.
चोर आने का हिम्मत नहीं करेगा.
If you say so. Right.
Okay, so let's see how speedy you can be in this tongue twisters that we have for you. Okay, and you would have just 20 seconds.
God, I suck in tongue twisters. I'm telling you beforehand. Just
Let's
eat up words just like that.
let's see. We
Okay.
have 20 seconds for each of them. Okay, and your first tongue twister is I wish to wash. I wish to wash my Irish wristwatch. I wish to
I
wash
wish to wash
my
my
Irish
Irish
wristwatch. 20 seconds.
Yeah.
How many times?
Oh God.
Okay, I'll just count. So when you say start, I'll start. Do you want me to repeat the thing, or you have got it?
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Should I start?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Wish to wash my Irish wristwatch. I wish to wristwatch. I wish to wash my Irish wristwatch. I wish to wash my Irish wristwatch. I wish to wash my Irish wristwatch. To wash my Irish wristwatch. I wish. Now I came up with the watch one. Now,
Okay.
how many I did?
There was 4, 5, and then you
Okay.
watch का watch
Okay.
कर दिया
4, 5.
आपने. Watch का watch कर दिया आपने.
Wash का watch कर दिया. Right.
Yeah. Okay. So next one is much better of it. So it's Betty Botter brought some butter. Betty Botter.
Okay.
Betty Botter brought some butter.
Betty brought some butter, right?
Betty Botter brought some butter. It's 5 words.
Okay.
So whenever you are ready, you can start.
Ready, just get on with it.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go.
Betty Botter brought some butter. 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 Betty brought some butter. Betty Botter brought some butter. Botter brought some butter. Okay, this is what. I did 6.
Six. Okay, agree on that.
I did 6.
Yeah, agree on that. Okay. So first was 4, second is 6. Let's see the third one. This is kind of a bit difficult. Okay. So it's ice cream. You scream. We all scream ice cream.
We all scream for ice cream, or we all scream ice cream?
Ice cream. For ice cream, nahi. We all scream ice cream.
We all okay.
So ice cream, you scream, we all scream ice cream.
Okay.
Okay, whenever you are ready, just let me know.
Ready. Just get on with it.
Start.
Ice cream, you scream. We all scream ice cream, you scream, we all scream ice cream. Ice cream, you scream, we all scream ice cream. Ice cream, you scream, we all scream ice cream. Ice cream, you scream, we ice cream. Ice cream, you scream, we all scream ice cream. Ice cream, You started laughing, okay? You started laughing. I was doing this.
अच्छा वो कोई एसिड नहीं था,
Just
एसिड
cheating.
फेंकते थे, एसिड फेंकते था.
मैंने इतना सिक्स किया, 7 you interrupted, okay?
Okay, चलो 8 we can say 8 is the score. Okay, so 4, 6, and
Okay.
8. Okay, great. Anyways, this
Yeah.
was for the first time we brought this thing in this thing. I mean, I have never.
Oh, that's nice. Send it in.
Yeah, you are the first person, I would say. Uh, yeah, I kind of you're
Okay.
the first person. Okay. Okay. So my a few last questions before we end up this session. Okay. So as you come from an educational background like chemical engineering and all, so what is the importance of education in an
Mhm.
athlete's life?
Yeah, so the most important lesson I have learned studying
Hmm.
degree is about how managing things, you know. So management has always been the key for me, managing cricket and study easy actually. But yeah, been through that and dealt with that, and touch wood, I am successful in that for the day. And I think having a good degree, gave me that kind of confidence that no matter what happens, you are capable enough and you have a proof of that you are able enough to survive in life. So whatever situation, at least I have a backup, I feel. And yeah, it's a very important aspect of athlete's life also, I feel, because you know that you are not just falling apart if you fall apart. And if you are successful, then though there's nothing like it, you have at least a backup there. You have been doing well academically also. So I feel, yeah, feels quite safe.
Right. Uh, so till now, we have just spanned through your cricketing career, your role model, your uh, things that you have done. But in all these things, we think that your parents have the equal important role in your career. So, what is that role, and how would
Mhm.
you define your parents' role in your career?
I think it's impeccable. I mean, everything which I am today is because my mother supported me in that way, and she and my sister are the strongest pillars of my life. I am because they made me, and I feel that what my mother has, given to me, all her sacrifices, all her compromises, I hope that I one day be able to give justice, because she has done so much for me. I cannot put it into words. All her sacrifices, all her compromises. I hope that I owe her basically. So there's a lot of support and everything I owe her, I feel.
Mm, mm, right. So, what kind of role your friends have played in your life so far?
Yeah, I think I'm very fortunate enough to be blessed with people whom I call friends, who understand my love for something, my passion for something. They completely understand me not being for their parties and for their births. And I've been very fortunate, like I've said. So I'm very grateful for them because they have accepted me the way I am, and they understand my goals and my ambitions, and they truly define what friends mean for me. Yes, a man is known by the company he keeps. So I feel they have been my support all the while.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, in other activities that we have seen you in are dancing, music, you play guitar. So what kind of role is your like? What kind of role do all these other activities play in your life?
Uh, like I said, I was always always interested in dancing since childhood, and I really wanted to learn to play guitar. So I made it a point after my 10th standard I joined professional classes for guitar. But I would be lying if I tell you that I keep thinking about cricket 24/7. It cannot be. For me, at least, it cannot be. And sometimes when you're so indulged into thinking about your game, your team's game, you sometimes need a way out. So I think for me, that way out is playing guitar and music. So it really rejuvenates me and refreshes me, and basically it helps me to focus back to what I want to focus on in a much better way, I feel.
Hmm.
So yeah, they are very much important.
Right. So my last question,
While they
yeah, yeah. So my last question before we wrap up. So any message that you wanna pass through this platform, either to other people who are listening or to me or my team, any message you wanna give us?
to the people who would be watching this, I think that you should definitely take up sport in your life because it really changes your life. I feel you become compassionate, you become more kind, you become competitive as well in the same place, and then you thrive in your life. It's a different feeling when you have something as a experience bucket, you can say. You have a bucket full of experiences, and then you're not alone in life. So I feel that take up sports and just be compassionate, be kind to each other. These are difficult times which we are living in. And to you, Dharmil, I think that you guys and your entire organization, you are doing a great job. Finding sports persons and sharing their life stories and struggles is one of the best things which you are doing, because people don't really know sometimes. They they have an athlete within them and they don't realize that they have somebody of that caliber. So who uh, spread these stories, people get inspired because of you, because you did that. So I think you're doing a commendable job, and I wish you and your entire team all the very best. And I hope that we all meet very soon.
Yeah, definitely. We see you back behind the stumps, commenting and doing some sledging, and
Definitely.
just seeing you, seeing you on television somewhere with the same
Sure,
with the
sure,
same
sure.
short name of yours, Solo.
Yeah, I have many.
Great, great. Thank you so much, Saloni, for joining us, and I hope to see you soon. And it was great to talk with you. And do connect anytime, anywhere you want, and we'll definitely be helping you.
Definitely. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you again to entire squad, your team, and I hope that we meet soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.